Okay, fifth grade, we have been talking about the artist Peter Reynolds, and it's National Dot Week. Dot Day is actually September 15th. And so, what I'm going to, after you have listened to the book called The Word Collector, written by him, I have these sheets up here that are going to be on my smart panel. They are not mine, they're from another art teacher. And this is to remind you of how to do bubble lettering or different types of lettering. You can choose. I want you to choose what is your word that you would collect. Now I'm going to show you on my This is your project paper. You're probably not going to get done with it today, but it's a make and take, so it'll be on a small 6x9. And I have went and got a scrap piece of paper. So I always do everything on scrap first, so then you can save the project paper. So you choose what you want, your word, what kind of letters you're going to do. Think about if this is the middle of, because I folded it in half, because that's how big your project paper is basically about. I could fold it in half to find the middle, okay? I like the word create. I like the word amazing. So I'm gonna write both down, create. Make sure you spell it right, amazing, A-M-A-Z-I-N-G. I think I'm gonna go with the word amazing. So if I had it in the middle, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So half of 7 is 3.5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So the letter I would start with in the middle of my fold would be my Z. So if you're going to do block or bubble letters, you can start with the main letter. You can write it light till you get it right. Okay, so there's the end of it. Then I would, before the Z would be the A, before the M, before the A would be the M, and then A. Okay, now you decide if you want bubble or block or something fancy. Then if you're doing a block, you would just take your letter and you would go around the block. Okay, you can also do a combination of different type block or bubble. Okay, so if I was going to do this a bubble, I could do the same thing. I would go around that original one and then create the bubble and then erase it. Okay, so now when I go into my real paper, I would be able to roughly look at it and say, okay, my Z should be right about here. Mrs. Milligan likes to just make fancy letters without actually having to do the block or whatever you want to do. Okay, and then I'm going to overlap mine, and maybe I have a combination. So there's a bubble and a block, and then maybe I turn this one into more of a block. Okay, so you decide. You can also, and this is going to be then a bubble, make this one nice and fat, nice and chubby. You can also decide, can't remember what I was going to say. I might remember after in a minute here. So this one will be bubble if I'm going with my pattern. The A is kind of hard to see over here, so I don't know if I would like the overlapping of this one. So maybe I would have to erase it and put my A over there. Maybe I bring my A down here so then I know that that's amazing, that's an A. Then this would be an M. So I'm running out of space here. What I was gonna say is you can also just go ahead and write your word and not worry about it being in the center. That's up to you. So then this would be another bubble. And then I want you to have some dots in there because we've been talking about Peter Reynolds and his dot day. So then get out your markers and your crayons and add a design for your word. Artists, this is all I'm going to have time for in the video, but you could continue and make all different kinds of designs using dots for the Peter Reynolds book that we read called The Word Collector.